him lunging now. Keep that jab and feet. Lunge and get to the counter. In the corner.
Round 2 scheduled for 12. A much calmer scene in the blocker corner, led by the legendary Eddie Futch. Blocker surrounds himself, interestingly, with heavyweight boxing people. He's promoted by Butch Lewis, managed by Michael Spinks. His trainer is Eddie Futch.
All big names. Yeah, they should be satisfied. He took that first round by boxing superbly, putting a jab in Simon Brown's face and keeping him off when he came in. Emil Griffin, the voice you heard, was correct in saying, hey, punch when you come in.
Griffith, 5-time world champion. We mentioned Brown's lone defeat. Blocker's only loss, a 12-round decision to Lloyd Hunnigan for the WBC crown in 1987. Mills Lane, who always has control. District attorney from Reno, Nevada.
Well, he's now a judge. He's now the district judge, a prestigious legal position.
I must have missed that election. Combination by Maurice Blocker.
Blocker's just busier than Simon Brown. He's just scoring points. Simon looks like he's waiting to load up, but just as soon as he gets in range, the superior boxing skill of Blocker ties him up.
Brown is
excellent boxing by Blocker.
Brown is the stronger of the two, but Maurice Blocker using finesse and so far having the upper hand.
Wonderful exhibition of jabbing and hooking off the jab by Blocker. He's busy.
The screaming in the background is from Michael Spinks and Butch Lewis, who handle Maurice Blocker.
Well, you get the feeling that Brown is looking to really get down to serious punching here, and he's just waiting for this guy to wear out of all this little dibby-dab punching, but that little punching is winning him the round.
There's a right by Simon Brown.
That's what he wants. He wants to end this on a knockout.
And Blocker comes back with a combination. So things really heating up now.
Two of the best welterweights in the world, and it's a beautiful boxing exhibition against a determined Simon Brown. It looks like Brown is just waiting his time to land a haymaker in there and turn this around.
And round 2 coming to a conclusion. And that'll do it. A late punch by Simon Brown, but it made no contact. 2 rounds complete. Here at the Mirage, let's go to Suzette Charles, who is ringside.
I'm sitting here ringside with the trainer Pepe Correa, who trained both Simon Brown and Maurice Blocker when they were teenagers. Tell me what your feelings are about the fight at this point.
Well, at this point, well, it breaks my heart to see him fight, but I tell you, right now, I see Simon begin to walk through Maurice's punches. At first, I thought it would be a 50-50 fight, but it's not working that way. Simon's beginning to walk through his punches. However, he's walking through, but he keeps dropping his right hand, and Maurice is connecting with the left hook, so we don't know what's going to happen right now. I have to watch a couple more rounds and let you know.
Who do you think will win?
Right now, 60-40, I'm going to lean toward Brown. It was 50-50, but I'm going 60-40 towards Brown. He's walking through Maurice's punches.
Thank you very much. Pepe Correa, back to Steve.
All right, thank you, Suzette. Round 3 scheduled for 12 for the unification of the WBC and IBF welterweight titles. Boy, I tell you what, they're best friends outside of the ring, but they fight as if they're enemies.
Well, as Correa just said, Brown has been looking to unload with serious punches. He's been getting outpointed in the first 2 rounds, but he is beginning to walk through these punches. That's what I meant when I said he's looking for that haymaker, for that solid punch. And he opened this round with a series of stiff jabs, as if to say, you're not the only guy that can jab. I'm going to get into that with you. So Brown looks like he's coming on, but he is faced with a good boxer in Maurice Blocker.
There's a right by Simon Brown, followed up by a left that rocks Maurice Blocker. of the fight.
Step back. Come on.
That's that haymaker we said he's waiting for it. He landed it.
So Simon Brown coming back. Brown says, hey, they beat on each other for free for 6 years. We might as well get paid for it now.
Come on.
And the two are earning their money. Now Brown going to the body with uppercut.
As it so often does, that one strong punch turned it around. Blocker now fighting a little bit more fearfully and more carefully than he was before.
Blocker on the defensive. Will Simon Brown look to clean up on his good buddy, Maurice Blocker here?
You can bet when you're inside there is no good buddy. I mean, if you can get him out, you're more merciful to get him out fast.
There's a combination to the head by Blocker. A good bounce back.
The difference is not much on Blocker's punches, whereas it's everything on Simon Brown's punches. Whereas before, Blocker for the first round was outspeeding him, and just the quantity of punches were winning the round for him. Now Brown is landing hard punches, and the effectiveness of Blocker's punches have now gone out. Steam's gone out.
Maybe it just took a little while for Brown to get warmed up. And it is cold here. Temperature, I would say right now, in the high 50s. And it's windy. There's a right by Simon Brown that got a piece of Blocker's face.
Brown has got what Tyson calls evil intentions. He has got a determined-looking face, and his punches are sharp and hard.
Simon Brown has turned this thing around. There's a miss by Blocker. Now Brown going to the jab. Oh, a hard left by Simon Brown that stunned Maurice Blocker. Final seconds, round 3. Blocker looking to capitalize, but Brown covering up. 3 rounds in the books.
Go back to boxing. I know you're all right. Go back to boxing. You're smart with that. Yeah, okay. You ain't got to be in there fighting like that. Box this man. Use your reach. When you turn that man right there, he's wide open for you to make him pay. You turn that man, keep taking him in that circle.
Stop backing up straight back. Go off to the side. He's waiting for you to pull back before you throw the left hook, okay?
Let's take a look at that punch, which changed the complexion of this fight around. He's starting to get, you see that combination? There were 2 punches there that start to change Blocker's mind about this whole thing. I mean, up to this point, he was bipping and bopping him very beautifully, and all of a sudden, that good right hand that Simon Brown threw caught his attention right there, almost behind the ear, and then a left. And look at the effect of that left hook behind it. Well, that's the kind of thing that turns fights around. Let's see if Blocker can recover and go back to his beautiful boxing.
This is round 4, and a quick left by Simon Brown.
Series of unanswered punches. In his corner, he was told by Eddie Futch, you don't need to fight with this guy. Go back to that beautiful boxing. Let's see if he can.
That's what he did over the first couple of rounds, and it was effective. But Simon Brown seems to be in tune right now.
Yeah, his engine's running. I mean, he is looking at golden pastures here.
Brown looking very confident. Stalking his friend Maurice Blocker. Solid right by Blocker. Uppercut by Blocker that got through.
Well, Blocker's landing 2-3 punches and then moving away before Simon Brown can get started. So Simon better initiate the action and not wait to counterpunch because Blocker's not there when the party's over. Good right hand by Simon Brown.
A thunderous right delivered by Simon Brown. And the combination by Brown, he lands with another right. Blocker showing he's got a good chin. There's a nifty right uppercut by Brown. A left by Brown. And then Blocker comes back with a left of his own. Now a combination by Blocker. Oh, are they opening up? Airing it out. Unbelievable. Furious exchange.
are two guys not boxing. They're fighting.
It has turned into a total slugfest.
And that's hard to judge. Simon Brown, more effective punches, but Blocker, better boxing and more number of punches. It just doesn't look like Blocker has the strength of Simon Brown. The punches are completely different. In spite of the furious pace of this round, both men unmarked. No swellings, no lumps, nothing. Just looks like they just starting the first round. They're completely fresh. Oh, nice hammering right hand by Simon Brown.